Welcome to the final. Sorry, keep cheering because it's the finals of the outstanding competition. We have whittled down 12 queers, and they've been through enough, so rejection hurt, but we have 2 left, and they're dazzling. But before we get to their performances, we've got some thank yous to throw out. Everybody, when I say a thing, just maybe cheer. That sounds easy. AHF! Yes! Our dazzling prize sponsors. They're throwing all the good cash that is going at these 2 winning comedians. Yes! Okay, next up, give it up to Queerspace Magazine. Yeah. They're the ones who are putting on this whole thing with Timber Room. Yes, that's the nice thing about the Kramer Complex. If you visit Seattle, they fucks with the queers. We love that. Okay. So this competition has been between 12 of the best comedians, the queer comedians that we could find in the Pacific Northwest. We had 6 from Portland, we have 6 from Seattle, and we are down to 2, 1 from Seattle and 1 from Portland. Yes! We're going to start with a little bit of the Portland flavor. Everybody give it up for the fabulous D. Martin Austin!
That was aggressive. I realize I dress like everyone's strangely religious aunt. You know, the one... Yeah. Take it in. You know, the one with all the cocaine and boyfriends. He sends you strange videos of random niggas praying for you from behind the wheel of a moving vehicle. Yeah, I get it. That is my look. If you're wondering why I dressed this way, not too long ago, a dear close friend of mine asked if I had to make everything so gay, and I heard that as a challenge, so here we are. It's fantastic. Before I continue, there's something you should all know about me. Earlier this evening, I sat down on a chair and just fell over. Like, nothing happened. There wasn't a fire. No one pushed me. There wasn't a spider dangling from the ceiling. I just fell over. Let me explain what I'm saying. I'm a grown-ass adult. I drove here from another state, and I don't know how to sit on a chair. That's where I am in life. Pure comedy. Something else you should know about me, I started hormones recently, and my breasts are coming in at a surprisingly rapid pace. And I was looking at myself in the mirror earlier this morning, and it struck me, how have I gone 30 years hating and abusing my body, and not one of my friends stopped to say, hey, D, ever think about titties? Not one friend thought to bring that to my attention. And it's fine. I am non-binary, which simply means I don't necessarily identify as male or female, though I do lean heavily towards the feminine side of things. And it's not for the clothes or the makeup or anything superficial. It's just that I hate men. And I should clarify that as a joke. I do not actually hate men. It's just everything they say and do. Which I assure you is also a joke, because I love when men do me. In fact, I would very much appreciate it if a lot more men would do me a lot more often, but quietly. That's all I'm asking. That's... All jokes aside, I do have a trans-masculine roommate, which is super convenient because I'm bad at picking up after myself. Now, if you're wondering what the connection is there, thank you for asking. It's very difficult to reprimand someone for a sink full of dirty dishes when your dick is right next to it. That's the meaning of equality in our household. Do I help him with the artwork? No. Why? I don't want to encroach on his masculinity. See? I'm trans and an ally. Support me, bitches! All right. Yes! Okay. I don't know what that was. I'm so sorry, everyone. It won't happen again, I promise. I do also have a 14-year-old son, which always catches people by surprise. And I understand, because you look at me and you wonder, how does this gorgeous beast that stands before us right now have offspring? And it's very simple to explain. There was a period of my life between my late teens and early 20s when I owned a futon and I kept condoms in a different room. That's where babies come from, by the way. It's not really a joke, it's just science. I love my kid. Kid is fantastic. I only see my kid on weekends, though, because I want him to flourish and be successful. And he spent the entire he spent the entire last weekend online gaming. And I know a lot of parents think you should limit your kid's screen time, but considering his generation and their relationship with technology and divorced parents that live in separate states, screen time is social time, right? And also, like I said, I want him to flourish. And I think it's important that my son have a wide, diverse circle of homophobic friends. So that's I do honestly have hope and faith that the online gaming community will sort of progress, and get better and more inclusive, because values always change over time, right? Like 2,000 years ago, human sacrifice was awesome, you guys. Everyone was doing it. No one complained except the victims, but everyone else was totally down with it. Not so much now, right? Right? Please, this should be the easiest applause break ever. Can we all just unite around, yay, we don't kill each other for imaginary sky demons. Can we all just come together on that? Jesus, America. But before that, like a few thousand years before that, no one would think twice if you ate a baby during a famine. Matter of fact, having an adorable edible baby was one of the primary reasons to reproduce, because they needed somebody to bring to the potluck. So, if I'm being honest with you, I will still eat a baby if you make it right. I swear to you, the right seasoning, I'm there. I was sitting around with a comic friend of mine recently, and we were riffing off that tired bit about brown and black babies being cuter than white babies. And being the consummate artist that I am, I wanted to take this tired hack premise one step further and determine why. Why are brown and black babies cuter than white babies? And I figured it out, y'all. Check it. You see, the darker your skin is, the less oil it produces. Therefore, the drier it is. Thus, my stock in cocoa butter. Inversely, the lighter your skin is, the less dry it is, the more oil it produces, which is why all white babies look like angry old people who have been soaking in a bath too long of their own oily viscera, because that's what they've been doing for 9 months in someone's greasy-ass uterus. To which my beautiful, darling, caramel-complected young adult replied, and that's why they're more flammable, which is fucking hilarious. That's the better punchline. I have to accept that. Very proud. So proud of me, mostly. Seattle, how do you guys drive? How? I am so very confused every time I come up here. Like, so many one-way signs for two-way streets. I was coming up here. There was a street. I'm just going ahead. To the left of me, do not enter. To the front of me, do not enter. To the right of me, do not enter. And then to this weird corner where I could turn, there was just an armed gunman. What the fuck, Seattle? Chill the fuck out. Anyhow, you're beautiful. I love you. Have a good night.
Hi, everybody. One more time for D. Martin Austin. Yes. And then a challenger approaches. Boom, boom, boom. That needed foreboding. Fuck you. Okay. Everybody, please give it up for the next and the last competitor in this competition, Mitch Mitchell.
Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Gosh, people are kind of unfriendly up here a little bit. I was talking with a friend, and we were saying how, back home where I'm from, San Diego, everyone will smile at you as you pass by. So I've had to practice smiling. Like, come on, Mitch, you can do it. You can do it. Works pretty well. I like Seattle. I've been up here for 5 years. I moved up here because I ran out of gas on my way to Canada. So I just decided to stick around. It's strange being black up here. There's a lot of passive racism that I don't enjoy. A lot of all lives matter. A lot of I don't see color. Which I say to that, I know you don't see color because your clothes are ugly. Also, dogs don't see color either, and they're super racist. The people who didn't laugh are like, is my golden doodle racist? My Goldie, but she's so good. She's so good. I've recently become a black man. I'm a trans male. I got tired of carrying a purse around. So I decided to take testosterone. The one thing I've learned about being a black guy is that there's 100 different ways to shake a black person's hand. And I think it just kind of depends on what part of the country you're from or in. I always end up tickling someone's hand, though, which is really weird. Be like, hey, what's up, man? And I'm just like... So I just do this. No one likes that. My dad's black. I asked him, I was like, Dad, how do you shake a black guy's hand? And he was like, oh, give him the old noodle wrist. Thanks, Dad. My dad asked me the other day what a microaggression was. And I told him it's tiny little pieces of oppression, like behaviors that add up to like one big oppression. And he was like, oh, for men, it's like when someone asks me if I like football. Yeah, I know. I was like, we're getting there, kind of. And he's like, well, Junior, I have a question for you. I know he calls me Junior. His name's also Mitch. Isn't that sweet? I know. He gets mad, though. He's like, you stole my name from me. And I'm like, well, white people stole our names from everybody, so... Anyway. It's reparations if you laugh. It's okay. It's okay. Anyway, so he asks me what a microaggression is. I tell him. And he says, well, I was sitting in a Denny's booth the other day. You know the restaurant? And I was like, yes, Dad, I know the restaurant. And he said, well, I was just sitting there, and a white man passes by, and I just smell his gas. Like his butt was like right by my face. Is that a microaggression? And I was like, well, how'd it smell? And we just call that crop dusting. My dad wears all denim. He has a denim hat, denim jacket, denim pants. If Costco made denim shoes, then he would be a denim powerhouse. Truly. I think he conflates it with racial profiling. And I have to let him know. I say, Dad, people don't cross the street because you're black. They cross because you look like a pant leg. People follow you around in stores is because they don't want jeans stealing other jeans. You get pulled over because it's weird watching a pair of Levi's drive. I think the only way that I'm a part of the majority in Seattle is that I do own a Subaru. 4-wheel drive. Or, sorry, all-wheel drive. I said that once at a show. I was like, 4-wheel drive, and someone, it was a dude, of course. They were like, it's all-wheel drive. And I was like, yeah, all 4 wheels, you idiot. God. Leave me and my Subaru alone. I'm going to talk about porn now. I like homemade porn because it's very, like, has like a really good indie feel. You know? And I like watching tiny people fuck on my phone. It's like watching the borrowers fuck, you know? So while I watch these tiny people fuck in homemade porn, I notice a couple things. One, there is always a Christmas tree. I don't know why you want to fuck in front of a Christmas tree. I don't think that's what Christmas is about. Also, now I feel weird because I'm watching it in April. Secondly, there's always a smoke detector going off. Beep. My battery's dead. Beep. Oh, so you're just watching it, and this dude's like, beep. And this girl's like, yeah, beep. It stresses me out. Also, side note, I love it how when dudes come, it's like they touched an electric fence. They're like, God, Jesus. It's called subtlety. Learn it. But it stresses me out because my first thought is, okay, so you're fucking. What if this Christmas tree catches on fire and then your smoke battery's dead? So now I'm watching you burn alive while you fuck. How do you think that makes me, the viewer, feel? And then I realized they probably wouldn't be live streaming their own deaths while fucking. Or that's on a different website. Anyway, thank you so much. I'm Mitch Mitchell.
Everybody, this has been outstanding! Woo! And don't forget to vote! You're a whiz on the computer. Edit that beautifully.